Hormozi once said, "A focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius." That one sentence destroyed the way I used to run my day. And today I'm breaking down the 3 frameworks behind that mindset, the ones that took him from broke to $250 million. Most people know Alex Hormozi as the guy with the beard who writes books that sell 1 million copies. What they don't know is the actual thinking system underneath all of it, the way he filters decisions, prices offers, and bets on ideas when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Today we go through all 3 of those frameworks in full with real examples, so you walk away with something you can actually use today. Hormozi ran 9 businesses at the same time once. All of them were struggling, not because he wasn't working hard enough, he was working constantly, but because he was spreading himself so thin across so many directions that nothing could actually grow. The moment he stopped and asked himself which one deserved his full attention, everything changed. That lesson became the foundation of how he thinks about work today, and he summarizes it bluntly. Most already know what to do and simply don't do it. It's not ignorance, it's fear. The high leverage filter is the tool he uses to cut through that noise. Before he commits time to anything, he asks one question. Does this action directly produce revenue, reduce a major risk, or create an asset that keeps working after the effort stops? If the answer is no, he either hands it off to someone else, builds a system to handle it automatically, or he kills it. No guilt? No, but this could be useful one day. Just a clean decision and a freed up calendar. The reason most entrepreneurs never apply this is that the high leverage activities are almost always the uncomfortable ones. Cold outreach is uncomfortable. Rewriting your offer from scratch because it isn't converting is uncomfortable. Having a direct conversation with a team member who isn't performing is uncomfortable. So instead, people reorganize their task manager, answer emails for 2 hours, and call it a productive morning. Hormozi is ruthless about calling this out. He said directly in an interview, "We don't rise to the standards we have when others are watching. We fall to the standards we have when no one is. Your real output is determined by what you do when there is no audience and no accountability, not what you show people in your Instagram stories." The exercise here is brutal in its simplicity. Write down everything you did for your business in the last 7 days, every single task. Then ask yourself, honestly, which of those things directly moved money or directly reduced a serious risk to the business? You will find, if you are completely honest, that the majority of your week was spent on things that felt productive but had no real impact on growth. The goal is not to add more to that list. The goal is to strip it down to the 2 or 3 things that actually matter and go deeper on those. Hormozi's bluntest statement about offers is this: no offer, no business, no life. Bad offer, negative profit, no business, miserable life. Grand slam offer, fantastic profit, insane business, freedom. He is not subtle about where he thinks most businesses fail, and it is always at the offer level long before it is ever a marketing or traffic problem. The value equation is the formula he built to diagnose exactly why an offer is weak and exactly how to fix it. The formula has 4 variables: value equals dream outcome, multiplied by perceived likelihood of achievement, divided by time delay multiplied by effort and sacrifice. Every offer in the world can be run through this formula and the weak points show up immediately. The dream outcome is the transformation your customer is actually buying, not the product you are selling them. A person who joins a gym is not buying workouts, they are buying the version of themselves that walks into a room and feels confident in their own skin. A business owner who hires a consultant is not buying strategy sessions. They are buying the relief of not having to figure everything out alone anymore. The more precisely you can name and describe that end state, the one the customer actually dreams about, the more your offer resonates before you ever get to price. Perceived likelihood of achievement is the trust gap. Your prospect might believe the outcome exists. What they don't believe yet is that you specifically can deliver it for them. This is the entire reason testimonials work so much better than promises. You are not making a case for the outcome. You are showing proof that real people in real situations like theirs have already gotten there through you. Hormozi writes that the Grand Slam offer only becomes valuable once the prospect actually perceives an increase in their likelihood of achieving the result. Without that belief, the rest of the equation is irrelevant. Now, the bottom half, time, delay, and effort, is where most businesses are completely asleep and where the biggest competitive advantages hide. Time delay is how long it takes the customer to feel the first result after buying. The faster, the better. Hormozi points out that this is exactly why liposuction costs 100 times more than a gym membership, even though a gym membership produces better long-term health outcomes. Liposuction is fast and requires zero effort from the patient. A gym membership requires months of daily discipline before anything visible happens. Same dream outcome, completely different bottom half of the equation. The market prices them accordingly and makes no apology for it. The third framework is how Hormozi makes big calls when the outcome isn't clear, which, if you are running a real business, is basically every important decision you will ever face. His process runs on 3 steps. First, he writes out every realistic option available, not 2, not 3 as a false binary, but the full actual landscape of paths forward. Most people make decisions with tunnel vision and miss better options entirely because they never took the time to map the full space. Second, for each option, he estimates the realistic upside if it works, the realistic downside if it fails, and a rough, honest probability of each. He is not looking for the option that feels safe. He is looking for the option with the best return relative to the actual risk, which is a completely different question that most people never stop to ask. You make the best call you can with the information available, and then you go all in, because a good idea executed completely will always outperform a great idea executed halfway. Cut what doesn't move money, build an offer that removes every friction, and when you commit, go all in. Subscribe if you're new. We do deep dives like this.